doing? Today we're going to be talking about competitive advantage. As you can see in this picture, there are four individuals. One who has a circle ball and the rest have square cubes. Yes, of course, they're all red. And yes, of course, they're all dressed the same. They all look the same. However, the second individual has a circle ball, which is further than all the rest of the three. So that's what basic competitive advantage is. It's having an advantage from the competition. The definition of competitive advantage is the conditions that allow a company or country to produce a good or service of a value equal to at a lower price or more desirable fashion. Now you're probably thinking, okay, this is good, but how does competitive advantage relate to me? Or who does it relate to? Well, it relates to upper management, most likely CEOs of a company, because by definition, a CEO's job is to reduce cost and hopefully make the marginal cost closer to zero. Of course, it's never going to be equal to zero and produce so much production, but hopefully that's their objective. Now, I want to take this competitive advantage theory and apply it to, as you can see, hip hop, rap, expression. Drake released a new album. It's called Scorpion in 2018. And why Drake is because, as we can see, he's always on the radio. I'm driving and I hear Drake. I look up, I see Drake boards. I talk to an individual. I hear Drake lyrics from their voice, from the conversation. Drake is everywhere. And as you can see, the facts don't lie. Studio albums, he released 5. Mixtapes, he released 6. Singles, he released at least 112. And he's been on top of his game for roughly 10 years. However, there's an article that caught my attention. And the title says 400 million of Toronto's nearly 9 billion economy is brought in by Drake. They're saying that 9,440 million is brought by Drake. Of course, we all know what he did for Toronto. He always says 6666, representing Toronto. And he put Toronto on the map. It was already on the map, but and especially in views where you can see I can't zoom in more, but it's he's sitting on the CN Tower. And now, of course, if you have social media, you could have seen so many memes. From Canada states that Drake is responsible for 5% of the city tourism economy. Drake makes up 400 million of the economy of 8.8 billion. Now, I can't say if this is right or wrong. However, there was in the tourism Toronto annual report of 2016. I couldn't find the earlier years. My search engine is Google, but it says Drake's views number 1 on Billboard, selling more than 600,000 copies on his first day. 600,000 copies. First album ever to achieve 1 billion streams on Apple Music. 1 billion streams on Apple Music views. We're talking about this album right here with the CN Tower. First album to reach 1 billion views on Apple Music. Most streamed artist of 2016 on Spotify with 4.7 billion individual plays. 4.7 billion individual plays. Receives key to the city from Mayor Tory. This is not me writing this. This is by Tourism Toronto Annual Report by 2016. Now, I can't find the facts that in the music industry he's responsible for 5%, but I read somewhere else that music is brought 5%, like festivals and stuff. So I'm not really sure if this is pretty accurate, but if anybody knows, please comment below. Now, however, why Drake? Now, I'm trying to figure out, how does Drake have the competitive edge from the marketplace? And as you can see over here, he rapped about, this is his lyrics. He rapped about this line over and over and over again in numerous of his singles, albums. And this goes like, quote, Mike never tried to rap like Pac. Pac never tried to sing like Mike. Mike as in Michael Jackson, and then Pac as in Tupac Shakur. Now, as you can see right here is Michael Jackson, and on my right is Tupac Shakur. Now, this is what Drake is doing. Drake is, well, he has a competitive edge because he's going against the market. He is singing like, Michael Jackson, and he's rapping like Tupac. By definition, rap is a style of popular music developed by urban blacks in the late 1970s, in which recurring beat pattern provides the background and counterpoint for rapid, slangy, and rhyming pattern intoned by vocalists. So like how Drake is singing his vocals is he's singing. Exactly, I just said it. He's singing his vocals like Michael Jackson, and he's rapping like Tupac. So his chorus is sing like Michael Jackson, and he's rapping like Tupac. These are one of the biggest tycoons in their domains. This is exactly like the Tesla model if you guys want to take it to a different domain. Now, what makes Tesla stand out to, I don't know, different car companies? They have 4 doors. They have 4 wheels. The thing is that they're electric cars. Now, there are other electric cars in the world. It's not just because they're electric cars. It's because they have a competitive edge. And that is that their model is sexy. It appeals to the masses. And their battery lasts longer than other electric cars. Therefore, their price went up. And the demand for Tesla cars are going up. And the supply is less. Hence, the price is why this car could go for $100,000. Now, over here, statistics of 2017 shows favorite music genres among consumers in the United States. And this is a beautiful graph. It shows ages from 16 to 24 to 55 to 64 years old. So the blue is the biggest consumers, as you can see in the graph. And the biggest genre is pop music, and you can see hip hop and rap is like the 4th. The classic rock is the biggest consumer based from all of the ages, and pop music is the biggest consumer for 16 to 24 year olds. Wow, that's very interesting. Now, that's really good, but this is in the United States. Now, how is this good for business? Foreign direct investment. Real business is when you can compete globally. That's what Drake just did. In his album More Life, he had a lot of features of the British rappers. No, in North America, we don't really listen to British rappers. Their raps are kind of different. How their flow is kind of different. It's really, I don't know how to say it. It's just different. And you can see in most popular music in Germany in 2017 was rock and pop and music. That's the biggest genre by 36.4% in the music in the market. However, dance and hip hop and rap got 12.9%. And again, real business is when you can compete globally. So that's exactly what he did. He sang like Mike, who's a pop star, and he rapped like Tupac, who is a rapper. He got two of the best tycoons in their business, mixed it up, and he received this. This is why he's on top of everything. And there, in the market, there's not that many funny sounding individuals like Drake, and that's what you can see in this picture. Well, guys, thank you and have a great day.